AITA for refusing to let my parents move in and reminding them that they backed the wrong horse? My 37 meters family comes from and is a long line of doctors. Being a doctor is the only acceptable profession in their eyes, and anything aside from that is met with literal abandonment. Which is what happened to me when I turned 17 and told my family I was not going to be a doctor but to build an acting career, social media career. YouTube wasn't huge then, and supplement my income with small business endeavors. When I told my family this, they kicked me out and we subsequently lost contact for 17 years. During time they moved to the UK and my sister became a doctor and my older brother got into a very competitive stream for surgery. Neurosurgery, specializing in spinal tumor diagnosis and removal, which he has now finished. We reconnected when COVID hit and they told me they were moving back to Sydney for lifestyle reasons and because my brother has found a $750,000 a year job. During the last 2 years they never asked me how my acting career, social media stuff went, and basically assumed I was just slumming in it Sydney. To their credit, they were correct in that I didn't make it big in acting. Maybe the world wasn't ready for a mainstream leading role Indian, or make it at all. I did, however, make it big, as an investment banker and recently made partner at the bank I work. This came to head on Friday when I met them for house shopping. I walked to meet them, and when they asked about my car, I just said I preferred to walk. And they realized the areas they wanted to live, despite being highly paid medical professionals, simply wasn't going to be happening, as the houses cost north of $20 million. When we decided to call it a day and regroup, they suggested going to my place before going out to dinner. When we arrived at my house, they thought I was renting a room and inquired how much rent was. I informed them that I wasn't renting and that this was my house. They lost their shit, accusing me of lying to them for years and only meeting up to rub their face in my probably illegally gained wealth, and capped it off by informing me that they'll be living with me now instead of with my oldest brother, since they can't be seen living in a worse house than their son. I laughed at them and reminded them that they bet on my brother and sister, not me, and that they have a better chance of living with my neighbors than me. At that point, they threatened to cut me out of their will, to which I reminded them of the fact that they can't even afford to buy at my area, so their will and assets don't really matter to me. Now they aren't talking to me, and my brother and sister are saying I should have been proactive in letting them know of my success. I have a public LinkedIn profile, so they literally never Googled me. Edit. Getting a lot of hate about including the term social media influencer in my post to clarify. This was 19 years ago, and I believe social media influencer is probably the updated term for socialite. I wanted to be famous, but I had no real skills or plan as to how I was going to achieve that goal. Like most social media people. NTA. Let them know you're successful? Why? So they'd talk to you again simply to see what they can get out of you. Thanks but no thanks. You handled this just right. NTA. Sorry that they are not interested in you as a person but only as a status symbol. Very sad. Congratulations on your great career though. They cut you out when you informed them that you were refusing to fit into the mold that they wanted you to fit into. They spat on your goals, even if the acting gigs didn't pan out, and then cut you out of their lives until it was convenient for them to have you back in their lives. You owe your parents no updates on your success when they had made it clear that they were not willing to support any other routes to success if it wasn't what fit their rigid definitions. From one child cut out of their parents' wills because of petty drama to another. You are NTA. I'm going to assume the parents wanting to live with you. Their adult child as a culture thing because that seems odd. Anyway, NTA. You don't owe them anything. NTA, they made their bed. Now they can lie in it. Good for you. NTA. Decisions have repercussions. They basically disowned you for not following their desired path for you. But now that your own path panned out, they've got their hands out making requests. Cut that off now. Just like you have. Stay strong. NTA. That's amazing. Grats on your success and sticking it to your parents. Maybe they'll learn a lesson or two. But it doesn't seem likely. Ha ha ha, nice. I'm in similar situation. I am the youngest out of 4 siblings and only male. I wasn't very bright in school compared to my older sisters. One of my sister is the favorite child and all of the other siblings including I knew this. Anyways, my mom, single parent, always thought I was the black sheep of the family and wouldn't mount to anything like my dad who wasn't there for me. And that my sister would become successful and buy her a big home to retire to yada yada. Fast forward to present time. The favorite child is nowhere near successful. No career and no degree. Just door dashing and went to community college to pursue nursing for 9 years and didn't even finish. And realized she didn't want to be a nurse. It was just something my mom wanted her to be so she can marry another nurse or doctor and become rich. I stopped communicating my mom on and off and for like 3 to 5 years here and there and now we don't talk again. I was the only sibling to finish bachelor's degree and been working for private equity, hedge fund. And making over 6-figure and house and wife and kid. Only debt as mortgage as I became personal finance literate unlike my mother. Have condo unit overseas. Stocks and retirement. Not as gallant as yours but you get the idea. My mom tried to take credit for my success. She wasn't even there to see me graduate high school or college even though she was 5 minutes away. My family friend who drove 16 hours to see me graduate came for both my high school and college. F you mom. NTA. They sound like the kind of people who shouldn't be parents in the first place. The fact that they were so surprised shows how they A. didn't even care enough to track your progress and career and B. never believed in you. They screwed up. They can live with it. NTA. What an awful family. Perhaps especially your siblings who think you should have bought your parents' approval. And congratulations on your success. NTA. Let them stew in their ignorance and doubt. They insulted you before asking to live with you. WTF lol. Have fun at my brother, sister's house. NTA. You haven't needed them in your life for how many years and they don't deserve to be in it now. Acting like that. NTA. Congratulations on following your own path and finding success on your own terms. NTA. And I highly doubt anyone calling this fake has ever lived in an old school-minded Indian family. NTA. And start buying cameras for your property. I have a feeling this isn't going to be the end of it. NTA. You're not in our will. You pair can't even afford a bog standard house in the area. More like you're not in mine peasants. NTA. And living well is the best revenge. I should have been proactive in letting them know of my success. Ha 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 ha. Fuck that. They're lucky you even talked to them. They kicked you at 17 then just assumed you were a failure. They aren't entitled to anything from you. NTA. NTA. LMAO. You backed the wrong horse. Ouch, but hey, they cut you off for nearly 20 years. They kick you out, ignore you for years, insult you to your face, and then have the gall to inform you that they're moving into your house? Op. It sounds to me like they were utterly uninterested in your life until after they learned that you were successful. And then they only wanted to sponge off of you. They didn't even pretend to care about you. They just started making demands. But you made it on your own. You don't owe them. And they don't own you or your property. As for being proactive in letting them know about your success, they should have been proactive in learning about your life. Especially if leeching of their children was their plan for the future. Instead of assuming you'd be a failure. I'm not sure why you aren't already NC with them. But you might consider it.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.